am I distributing as well? Thank you so much, those of you that are still with us. At least, you know, we see how far we go, and then I can wind it down. If the lighting is not good, I'm also, so let's go back to Babakito a little bit, and then I'm just going to do a little bit more talking, and then we start.
That's the way we struggled for another person 80 years ago, and that person won. So it's a good thing that he won too.
When Baba Sorobai is always where they use it as a anytime Baba talks and reference to Bola Tinubu, people always take that as, hey, we know that this man is supporting Bola Tinubu. And the question is, should Bola Tinubu on the right to be the president of Nigeria? He has the right. Number one, he says he has what it takes to be the president. He was out there campaigning. Yoruba people voted for him. Some Igbo people voted for him. Some Hausa people voted for him. Just like Jonathan had the right. Nobody, Showore has the right, but you didn't vote him now. Omoyele Showore also have the right with the right qualification. But you told Showore to go and start as a councillor or House of Reps or a senator because you didn't Showore as somebody that can run the affairs of Nigeria for you. So if you have not seen Showore from that point of angle, when Baba Akintoye, Professor Adebanjo Akintoye, the oracle of our time, reference to Bola Tinubu at any time, it means nothing. That does not mean that he endorsed Bola Tinubu or he supports him. But Bola Tinubu is a Yoruba man. He wants to be the president. Why not? It's his right. Who am I to say that he shouldn't be the president? That is his own right. So all these dragging him with this certificate, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. The only thing you guys love to do is just on the social media, as far as I'm concerned. If this was happening in UK with Bola Tinubu, every one of us would be on the street protesting against him to resign. And that's a fact. People that are living here knows what I'm talking about. But because it is Nigeria, it's a different thing entirely. I wanted to bring the camera closer to me. And I hope Facebook, you know, the transmission went kukulenkon. So we shouldn't think that because we are asking for Yoruba nation, and if Tinubu says he wants Nigeria, who am I to say he shouldn't want Nigeria? Oh no, for Nigeria. Let him have the Nigeria. He has the Nigeria now. And they are dragging him left and right. That is his problem, not mine. I'm not here to come and defend him. I'm not a spokesman. I'm the spokesman for CSR, Igbowosha. 24/7. If I dey sleep, Igbowo call me, I'll be out. So when some of you are becoming like, I don't see Twitter everywhere, don't blow, blah, Tinubu fake certificate. If Tinubu was in America and this kind of information is with him, as probably he wants to be a senator in America, lie one if you just. But we're talking about Nigeria now. Everybody knows now. No be Africa. Okay, I'm asking everyone now. Do you think that it will make any changes? But what I want to do for those that are campaigner against Baba Akintoye is like, oh, anytime about this Tinubu is endorsing Tinubu. No, he's not endorsing Tinubu. Tinubu is a Yoruba man. He wants to be the president. He's already the president. We didn't hold him from not being the president. Some of you say, oh, that was why the Yoruba nation was compromised. It is all lies. Nobody have any evidence to back that. It's all lies. I am one of the main core man of this Yoruba nation. I can categorically say that it is all lies. There's just all kind of what they call hearsay. Hearsay that the Yoruba nation was compromised because of Tinubu. It's all lies. They have no evidence to back that. They can't. If you ask them what is the evidence, they'll say Baba Akintoye, send congratulations message to Tinubu for being the president. Can you see the Ibaoshin think? It's all lies. Babakitoye and Igboho will never and have never compromised this mission. Most of you are just online. I was on the ground. Tiba santi ku baba ye sọ fún mi. Tiba sọ jáde. Gbogbo social media ma blow pátápátá. Bọ́láyé ibẹ̀kùn mi ló wà. A lot of you wants to know, but you can't because you did not put yourself to that situation to know. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Tinubu lọ rí kú bàbá yìí àbí? Yeah. So, ẹ má dàá lọ, it is normal to congratulate him. Am I not talking about Tinubu every day? Oh, because Tinubu is not the president, I must avoid talking about him. I've told you the Yoruba nation struggle. The 3% and the politicians go and hold them responsible for why we're still where we are today. That's all. If everyone continue on this Solano, Ooni of Ife is pleading with not just Yoruba, is pleading with Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu. I beg a paper. If you go into a paper, now. Do you know the power of Ooni of Ife? I saw today again in another headline in the Punch. I hope it's still there. She in the Punch the material. Ooni of Ife partner with China to provide 40,000 jobs for 40,000 jobs. 40,000 jobs that doesn't make any impact in one local government. I think I saw it somewhere. She no Punch the material. Alright, let me type his name on Google. Ooni Ife partner with China. She called by my partner with China. Hey, that come. Yeah, only People's Gazette 5 hours ago. Headline: Ooni partners Chinese company to create 50,000 jobs in Osun State. You understand the content, so one in the first bound. I, Olayomi Koiki, are the core member, insider for this Yoruba nation. At least from Nkotimo direct from Nobisi the SA the Bubu whispering. Nobody has a confirmed information if you are not sitting with the person. I sent my mom Tibafi pass message Sigbo. But Timon discuss because I know the WhatsApp they say it's encrypted. But if I think that it was needed for me to send my mom, I have sent her to Benin Republic because Igbo refused to let me come down. Igbo didn't know. You're not coming to Nigeria, to Benin Republic. Stay where you are. I don't need you to come down. So when they're talking about creating 50,000 jobs in Osun, it's good. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong in that. You probably take 50,000 people off the job. China Overseas Technology Development Company Limited. China Overseas Technology. So it's just one out of many companies. It's just one out of so many companies in China. Akowa Pam want to create 50,000 jobs. Can I ask Kabiyesi, when he was in London, I was there with them. I covered that event opposite the parliament. I covered the event when Ooni of Ife came to London. Can't remember the year now, some few years back. I can tell you categorically from àwọn tó wá sí event yẹn, one person will create 100 to 200,000 jobs in Osun State. From àwọn tí mo rí ní event yẹn, they will double these 50,000 jobs in Osun State. The Yoruba people do not understand that we are backwards. Like I said, there's nothing wrong in creating this opportunity for this will create employment opportunities for Osun indigenes. We are not Osun indigenes as at what we are today. We are Nigerians. That is a lie. So, the king of Ile-Ife, partner, handshake, Emma Binubeli image, Adeleke there, Ooni is there, shaking the partner Chinese, and then they're exchanging what are called MOU. And a lot of people will be so excited. Ooni create 50,000 jobs through a partnership with Chinese. What a total disrespect for the Yoruba people. Ogunlusi, the man that owns a lot of empire, can create 500,000 jobs in Osun State if he's given, and it's not going to be a paddy way of business. It can create 500,000 jobs, direct and indirect. And I've been on pick and comment. Shalom, my brother. Our obas will do the needful, especially the high-class traditionals. So when we're sitting down here and saying that the Yoruba people needs to start thinking, because of the long-term situation that we are in right now. The Ooni of Ife, Obadeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II, has signed a memorandum of understanding with a Chinese company to create employment opportunities for 50,000 Osun indigenes. Kilo Mamashi, let's read through. The Ife monarch signed the MOU with the China Overseas Energy Development Technology on Tuesday in Elano in Ile-Ife under a community and private partnership agreement. Take note of those words. Mr. Ogunwusi said the company would invest in agriculture, green energy, gold, lithium, and other mineral resources in Ile-Ife. A lot of you sometimes, my program last night, naturally, as a journalist, I can link again with this mess. I didn't see this yesterday before I was doing my presentation. Hello, just 1 hour. I referenced a lot to Kabiyesi in that broadcast. Shalom says, let me read what you said there quickly before it runs away. My brother Shalom says, and I quote, maybe the Ooni is having investment in that Chinese company. No, it's not. It's just providing job for Osun indigene, Osun State. How did we get to where we are today? balẹ̀ Yorùbá dúró pẹ̀lú gọ́vnà pẹ̀lú àwọn Chinese their picture ọ̀ṣẹ́ handshake àwọn sign MOU for 50,000 and people are so gonna be excited. Not 50 million, not 5 million. Ha, sure. Ah, nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá mi. Rẹ́rẹ́ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá gan. Let's continue. Agriculture, green energy. Along wait, don't stop any sorry. Hello. Good afternoon. I'm on a live program at the moment. $50,000, yeah.
More like you're talking about. You know, normally we know our politicians to be of very highly dubious character, and only for all of it, it's not any different to them. It's not worse off. Go to Ile-Ife, for example, okay? You will find Chinese people every nook and cranny of Ile-Ife. What are they doing? They are there exploiting people. You're promising to create a job by investing or encouraging or investing in people to start large scale or mechanized or farming on industrial scale. But at the same time, you are bringing Chinese people to Ile-Ife to go and destroy people's farmland in the search for precious stones. I mean, how deceitful is this promise of bringing investment through Chinese to Osun State? I'll tell you another thing. Chinese people, they work in Ile-Ife more or less like indigenous. The business that indigenous engage in, these are the same kind of businesses the Chinese are doing. Take for example, borehole drilling. These Chinese people, they brought, a very heavy machinery for borehole drilling to the community, to this region. Okay? And what is now happening is you now have local people canvassing people who want to actually drill boreholes, and at the end of the day, giving the contract to Chinese people to come and do the job, just because the local people cannot afford to buy the machinery. If you truly want to, the last time I visited, I went. If you truly want to invest in people, what stops you from buying this heavy machinery for the indigenous to actually make a living from these opportunities? We believe I can go on and on and on.
I understand.
Talk to people who live in Ile-Ife, for example. You cannot walk 5 meters without coming in contact with Chinese people in heavy trucks, driving like mad people all over the town with police escort.
Oh, wow.
You have local people driving their trucks while they sit behind, and then you have the police sitting at the back of the pickup, fully armed.
Oh, wow.
It is completely mad.
Oh, wow.
You know, I wish I can go. I know I can go on and on and on and on and on. You know, the rot that exists in that town alone is completely unspeakable. And then you have these people coming on the media, you know, spewing sweet words to deceive people. But the people know exactly what is going on. No matter how much they try to, you know, paint or dress their work on media. No, people are not that. We know what is going on. These monarchs, and majority of the monarchs in Nigeria, for example, or in Yoruba land, let me put it that way, they are not any better than the corrupt politicians. You know, their ways are not any better to the ways of these politicians who are soiled in corruption and all vices. I'm just going to stop here so you can carry on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, I could see that the caller was really, you know, because the line wasn't going to stop, I had to pick it up. But thank you so much for the contribution. We've not even linked what he was saying with Nigeria yesterday, which I'm going to come to that. Headline Tano only begs Nigerians. Mokiyawa Felicia Jagbe, Mokiwenya Agbalagba, begs Nigerians to be patient with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But let's go back to this partnership between the Chinese Overseas Energy Development Technology Limited that took place in Ile-Ife yesterday under a community and private partnership arrangement. What are these Chinese organizations going to do? They need lands to work with. Ooni of Ife, or should we say the Ile-Ife community will arrange as many acres, Mokia Keso Baba, to provide the lands. What are we expecting them to do in Ile-Ife? They will invest in agriculture, which we need. We need agriculture in large scale. Okay, Ile-Ife will be doing well, Osun State will be doing well, but Oyo State will not be doing well. Kwara State will not be doing well. Because I know that if they are going to do agriculture, it will not be the kind of agriculture that you're doing at the moment. It will be in a large scale, but they will need a lot of security. So they will draft military. I know of a particular farm owned by someone, an ex-military man, or bifula in order, or my yori waleni. These farmland, I'm not going to tell you the state, just for security purpose. Bifula not Kosibashi the firepower too. You know why? Because this farm has a lot of expatriates working on it. And the guarantee that this company or this individual gave to the country, I'm not going to tell you the name of the country that they've drafted them from. The guarantee was that everybody to be farming must return back to their country safely. How many of us can afford such? Heavy security. So if this overseas energy development is going to invest in agriculture, they will have to provide security for them. But we know that agriculture means a lot of tilling the land. Interesting. And we're not talking about small acres of land now. We're talking about big ones. Somebody says, and I quote on TikTok, it is for the exploitation of the resources, especially precious stones and lithium. Well, you don't have to go too far. They're not just investing in agriculture. They're also going to invest in green energy. So you have enough solar panel because Nigeria does not have electricity. They will also invest in gold. Osun has a lot of gold. I have evidence sent to me by someone of the gold moving out of Nigeria, washing way at the airport. I'm not going to tell you which of the airport for security reason. I know the airline that moves it, and I know where it's heading to. And if I go to my OEC, where it's going, you can automatically tell, because if I go to that, OEC, which gives me the data of where our gold sent to, Dubai is one of them, Switzerland is one of them. And these gold are moved every week through the CBN. A lot of you don't know what is going on in Nigeria. And power we have, and I'm not saying this is with the way bill. Any for many details in the day about it be sorry wait. I have the picture. And this has been going on during the Buhari time. Not, I don't know as of today, because I haven't been in contact with that person, but during Buhari time, this information was coming to me. A lot of you don't know what is moved. When they move those things now, it doesn't go with a lot of heavy security as well. Low-key security. But it comes through the central bank. But I have to protect that individual until Toba confirm for me until they don't law at the time he wants to, because I know he's gonna leave. Then I'll show it on the social media. You'll see pure gold, and me and you they suffer. And do you know that the commodity of the gold export out of Nigeria is so low because they are not accounted for? I'm sure you don't know that, is it? How you gonna know now when we are all struggling? Me, I don't chop now. You see like sleep won't catch me now. Mr. Ogunwusi said the company will invest in agriculture, green energy, gold, lithium, and other mineral resources in Ile-Ife, in Osun State. According to him, the Chinese company will also focus on developing agriculture, mechanized farming, and producing cocoa in large quantities. Very good. At least we're opening up our land to foreigners. We don't know the value of our land anymore. The ruler stated that the MOU would help Osun indigenes enjoy investment flow while assuring that the company would not disappoint in fund. Nigeria ni wo. So kábíyèsí ti bá wa wọ́n tí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín kábíyèsí ẹ ṣé gan ni sà. Wọ́n ti bá wa wọ́n tó ní dọ́là tó máa kó wá sí Nigeria. Wọ́n convert sí náírà. Oh, àwọn èèyàn kan lo dọ́là náà owó ìlú wọn. But whatever they're doing, we're talking about billions of naira. This kind of project, but in return, what are they going to get? In return, Kiloma get. The partnership was signed yesterday with the China Overseas Technology Development Company Limited. It's going to create over 50,000 employment opportunities for the Osun indigenes. Mr. Ogunwusi explained the company will first invest in agriculture and will set up a cocoa processing plant in Ile-Ife, which will serve as its agricultural hub. The Ife monarch added the company will farm on over 20 hectares of land. Hectares, Hectares, 20,000, to generate green energy using solar, which is starting from this place. This palace will be powered by solar 100% within the next 30 to 60 days when it is completed. So the whole palace will not need generator. Or I go generator can no destroy can only about some few months ago. So it's a good thing that the palace will no longer have to rely on generator, because NEPA is not helping our palace. Buckingham Palace. I want on the generator. Who bond them? Talo ba kọ́kọ́ níná before governor ní Ọ̀ṣun state. You can see the problem ahead. Kí palace ọba wa ká máa fi generator fi started tọba múná lọ. Talo ba kọ́kọ́ ní iná ní gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun state before anybody. It just shows that Mr. Ogurusi said the future of Nigeria oil and gas. Our business on Shemia. Oil and gas. I remember when they saw a story so many times. I was there when Baba Jebu Petrolex opened in the Jebu waterside. The biggest farm tank in Africa. I don't know whether it's still in operation. I don't know. But I had the privilege to be in that same complex while it was being built. And when it was launched, Ooni was there. Orubeyen ní agbára because the air condition failed on that day. Obasanjo said, "Ìyẹn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe irú kan báyìí, kó má tọwọ́ bọ̀ lójú." It was meant to be a closed enclave banquet room that was built with air conditions surrounding every inside. Tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kó máa tutù mọ́ wa lára ni. Ọmọ àwọn èèyàn sweat bí the generator failed to power those things. They tested it a day before. Everything was working. No be Ìjẹ̀bú ni. Ìbẹ́yìn Ìjẹ̀bú náà ni. Àwa ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú rèé wà. Mo kí Alájà Sherifa. Petrolex. I was there when it was. Mo bẹ̀ mo sọ pé ìyàwó Idimi, ìkànnà ìyàwó ẹ̀, was ready to take me away to Kano on a private helicopter if I was prepared to go with her. Kí ló máa ṣe sugar boy. Ẹ̀rín náà bá ti dolówó rẹpẹtẹ báyìí. But I will have to do whatever they ask me to do. And probably I will not even be yet anyway with you guys because kí ni kọ́ mi pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ́ gbé dání. But in Ajoluka Tony. But since I am not that, I am asking if you were the one that Ìyàwó Idimi, Idimi, Google it. And we look for Nigeria here. One of the wives was ready to take me on a private charter helicopter back. Helicopter back repete. Osibajo came in. Obasanjo was there. Baba Jebu came with his big gold. But the air condition failed to work. Ẹmọ tó end of láti ṣe. Wọ́n lọ rent àwọn fan mi tó máa fi ń ṣe party lágbo. Ọ̀nì Ọ̀fífẹ́ had his own private fan in the vehicle. Wọ́n lọ gbé jáde wá láti inú mọ́tò. Wọ́n gbé síwájú ọba kó lè máa fàtẹ́gùn sọ̀bà lára. Very beautiful place. Ìjẹ̀bú waterside. Wíwọ̀n yẹn ẹ̀mọ́ tó ń lọ́nu Nàìjíríà. That place was packed with who is who. We're talking about oil and gas. Baba Jebu ló ń ṣe nǹkan àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. The governor was there. The vice president was there. Osibajo came. And I was there as well. I remember uploading one of the pictures on my Facebook that was closed down now. The Facebook Timokokoni in 2007. I was getting calls continuously, bombarded. People wanted me just to connect them with people in that building, in that particular event. Oil and gas. That's where Nigeria has money. The same oil and gas is what Ooni of Ife is talking about. Mr. Ogurusi said the future of Nigeria, instead of saying the future of Yoruba is oil and gas. He says, and I quote, the future of Nigeria oil and gas lies in the lithium, and we are preparing the Chinese to take care of that for us. You can say we're in a big mess. Anyway, why come Atiku ìlànà tí mo wá ṣe program lálẹ́? Some of you will probably say, Koiki báwo ló ṣe wá sọ̀rọ̀ sí, I mean, mo sọ̀rọ̀ anyway sí wọn. But how did you? I'm sure some of you read my presentation last night. It was 1 hour. A link pẹ̀lú nǹkan tá à ń kà mí sí. If you don't remember what I said, oh, níṣẹ́ kúrò nínú seclusion. And as Yoruba, we believe in a lot of who we are. And I said, and if I remember what I said, even if I didn't say it the way I said it last night, that there would have been a message delivered to Ooni during that communication between whoever was there and him. These are very, very spiritual thing I'm talking now. So the question is, was the message that was delivered to Ooni to tell us to remain in Nigeria while Tinubu is working his way out to dissolve Nigeria? If Tinubu failed to dissolve Nigeria peacefully within the timeline that Tinubu is going to be there, let us go and prepare for war after 8 years. That's the Tinubu's 8 years. That was what I said. And I didn't even read this, because while I was saying that, this event must have happened in the afternoon in Ile-Ife. And I didn't say, because the communique just came out today. I mean, I don't know whether some people read it yesterday. So Taba Belosi, the Yoruba spiritual side, that the king is telling us that the future of Ile Yoruba is in oil and gas, which I know, but it will be managed by the Chinese on our behalf. That's what they're telling us. Are there money? Oh, you don't know? Okay, now you know. Oil and gas. That's why they can make Dangote refinery that has what it takes to produce not just petrol, it will produce fertilizer as well. Yoruba is in a big deep shit. Big mess, Lawa, no. Big mess. There one, you know. Nobody must abuse the king on the platform. Mute it, I think, Bobby. Nobody will come on this show and abuse the king. Not disconnect him. You can pass your message without any reference of abuse. I will not tolerate that. Everyone's okay.
Àwọn tó ń pèpè fún orílẹ̀-èdè wọn ni kan fókọ́ ṣé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó lè ìfẹ́ ìsílẹ̀ Yorùbá láì ní the Chinese company. Àwọn wípé wọ́n kàn ti wá play game ni. Ẹ̀rọ tó ní tí omi bá gbóná ó máa yí òpére. Nígbà tó bá ní wọ́n nídìí 30,000 kind of plant ẹgbẹ́ máa tó ti jí ọgbẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá sí ní impact wo security ọ̀nà fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Láì fẹ́ ní olú ìjà náà pa gan. Oníkan tó lè ṣe ní Yorùbá ní gbogbo àtọ́jú ẹ̀kọ́ máa rìn lọ ni. So méjèèjì tí wọ́n gbà jáde ní ìṣẹ́yìn tí wọ́n wà wọ́n lè sọ sí ìta fún anybody. Àwọn tó máa ń mọ̀ ń pa àlejò ní méjì ọ̀bẹ ní mẹ́ta. So pé wọ́n sọ wọn pé Nàìjíríà máa pín ìrìn ńlá ni wọ́n mọ̀. Lẹ̀gbọ́n ti play game ni. So àwa ní ká focus ká lè ní nǹkan táwọn pé ká lè àṣìkò ẹ̀yìn time. So kó máa take wa lọ because àwọn àpẹẹrẹ tó máa fa ìrìnàjò rẹ̀ bẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa ti ń gbóná tí ẹni kò lè lọ́kọ́ tó lè lọ odò ẹni pé bọ́dì wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Àǹbẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ṣe ní 38 years Tinubu ẹgbẹ́ ká work within 3 years 4 years 8 years yẹn ọlọ́run ló ní bàtà àkókò but àkókò tó ṣì wà yìí bí gbogbo ọdún kan náà ká máa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ ń sìn lọ́nà ní ọdún kan yẹn ká ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ tọ́dún kan yẹn bá pín ọdún kejì ká tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe pláàni ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọdún kejì but ọdún kan sì ní ká ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀. Ṣé wàá tí ó ní ètò 8 years ọlọ́mọ sọ pé ọmọ ìyá lóògùn kó ya lóòrò ńkọ́ so ọdún kan ni ẹ ká gbé plan wọlé lórí ìsìn so ìgbàgbé fẹ́ yẹ ọdún kan ká sí tight dáadáa àwọn ọba àwọn bàbá wa tó ọba fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè tó ló fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè máa lé fún wọn sọ̀rọ̀ so ojú bọ̀ pé ètò sàn.
ẹ ṣe gan ni. The point was very clear from the caller. Can any Mr. Labini, we to comment sometime, but the zoo country Nigeria fear us a lot. There's no way they can track your Nigeria or Nick. You think Nigeria has the time to be looking at your comments? Irú àwa tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n lè máa lù pé òkè ta ni Koiki tó kàn da gbogbo social media irú pẹ̀lú gbogbo nonsense tó ń sọ and all that. You think your country has that capacity to track down your comments? Ìbẹ̀rù yìí máa ti pọ̀ jù kẹ́. Ẹ fi pé Nigeria ní capacity yẹn láti track a comment yìí. Do you know how many people is on Facebook? Ṣé mo èèyàn tó wà lórí Facebook? Ìlú tó lè fún wa ní data how many of us are in Nigeria ló máa wá ní technology láti track it down. Yes, tẹ́ bá jáde as a video, you know, yes, I mean tó bá viral wọ́n lè ní talẹ́ni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣé Nigeria ló wà okay yẹ ká lọ gbé àbí ká má gbé just like bó ṣe lọ jí dadi yá ti gbé. Ṣòro àwa ló ń wá kò ń ṣẹ̀yìn tàbí ló ń wá ẹ̀yìn nínú pé ẹ̀ sọ pé ẹ̀ comment. Nítorí báwo ni kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sínú comment section, nobody is looking for you. Àwa bá KOIKIMEDIA Nigeria ló máa wá ní technology láti track it down. Yes, tẹ́ bá jáde as a video. Ẹ̀yin ọlọ́fin máa lẹ́yìn mú ẹ̀yin kọ́ ló ń lé mú. Àwa táwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ló ń lé mú. Mò ń bá producer mi sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. We had a meeting yesterday. Gbogbo tá à ń ṣe lórí social media yìí nísìn mo kí our boss Abosede is giving them a lot of trouble and problems. All these things that we are saying every day, you know, it's not something that was there some 30 years ago. Ẹ ká padà sọ́dọ̀ ibi tí ọ̀ní ní àwọn ti fún àwọn Chinese yẹn ní 20,000 hectares, not acres o, hectares. So you can multiply that and see how much land ló máa lò. How many years? Mo mọ̀ bí ọmọ mention ẹ̀ nínú programming. The question is it possible fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá náà láti come together? I'm talking about real olówó Yorùbá and give that same investment táwọn Chinese ń give nísìn. I'm sure it is possible. Bí àtàwọn Chinese ló wà more preferable fún wọn ju àwọn ní Yorùbá lọ. I'm sure gan sef ọmọ Igbo gan ó lè wá ṣe that same investment, but we don't trust them. But they trust the Chinese. Òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ lúkúlúkú pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ tó bá dé London kò sẹ́. Ìgbà tí mo dé UK mo realize pé ọmọ English yàtọ̀ sí English. Tó bá rí bàbá òyìnbó tó jẹ́ English tó tẹ̀ tó wá jẹ́ tó wà torí ẹ pé tó bá lọ sọ pé are you from Estonia? Eston kini? I'm an English. Don't I don't know. Okay, bí arọ ni mò ń pa àbí rọ́kọ̀ ni mò ń pa ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ Home Secretary wa sàn kankan pé media lèmi wà all the time. A padà wá sọ́dọ̀ mo download the video yẹn kí n tó lọ sí Star Radio, so I have to go on my Twitter. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan lórí Sky mo fi máa lò as our reference tàbá ti ń ṣe program ni. Samonepa breaking news. Engineer Otto Eze told on Heinze to engage federal government over Kanu's release. He has joined them after 2 years. I am activating additional measure of Idweka na Onu soon. Kini Sullivan Bergman, our Home Secretary, to so I prefer key Chinese cooperate for Wabi. I mean, if they are bringing the money down, Kini Susunaki so I'm para bolori. Mo fi lọ mú ti FIFA considering lifting blanket ban on Russia competing in international football. Okay, interesting. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Ọ̀dà àpọ̀nàwó epo náà máa lọ sókè ní bíbá. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́n kan tí because many people are coming to this country they feel adapt pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí wọ́n ní ká ṣe. Then why are you here is the question they're asking. You shouldn't be in this country. And this is the problem that we're seeing as well in Nigeria. tó bá yẹ pé mo retweet ẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ mi ni màá ti lọ sórí page tèmi but mo retweet mo kàn download ẹ̀ ni but I couldn't find it after I did the download mo reason tí mo tètè rí and I was in a hurry for the Star Radio this morning mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o but definitely orí Sky yeah only day. So what we're gonna do now, let me retweet it and then Ali Jade Sibiba. I want us to listen to what she said. The Mawakani, speech Jade. So I'm gonna go on my Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, please go on Twitter and follow us on Twitter, on all the platforms.
That carried my own parents. The wind of change that carried my own parents across the globe in the 20th century was a mere gust compared to the hurricane that is coming. Because today, the option of moving from a poorer country to a richer one is not just a dream for billions of people, it is an entirely realistic prospect. Every human, every single person has the right to aspire to a better life. As conservatives, that's one of the cornerstones of our philosophy. Indeed, without that dream, I wouldn't be standing before you today.
Okay.
But conservatives are also practical and realistic. Nobody can deny that there are far, far more people in poorer countries who would love to move to Britain than could ever be accommodated. Even if we concreted over the countryside, turned our cities into one vast building site and erected skyscrapers from Eastbourne to Elgin, from Hull to Holyhead, it still wouldn't be enough. The wind of change that carried my own parents across the globe in the 20th century was a mere gust compared to the hurricane that is coming. Because today, the option of moving from a poorer country to a richer one is not just a dream for billions of people, it is an entirely realistic prospect. Every human, every single person has the right to aspire to a better life. As conservatives, that's one of the cornerstones of our philosophy. Indeed, without that dream, I wouldn't be standing before you today. But conservatives are also practical and realistic. Nobody can deny that there are far, far more people in poorer countries who would love to move to Britain than could ever be accommodated. Even if we concreted over the countryside, turned our cities into one vast building site and erected skyscrapers from Eastbourne to Elgin, from Hull to Holyhead, it still wouldn't be enough.
Potentially, the next one, there's another one there. It taught us nípa àwọn tó fẹ́ adapt. It's too video ló máa jẹ́ nìyẹn. If I don't say it to now, I know I download it, but I have to look for it. But I'm gonna do anyway. So eventually, she might go because of our timing now. She was more focused on the, immigrants coming to UK that doesn't want to adapt into the system here. Okay, let me do this way. Let's go and look for her on the Google search. Another media might be because Conservative Party can notice so. So let's see the latest video. And the send the OCR through Cash App on Shisha because somebody is trying to send money to me. Omar rejected. I don't know why. So I can only hope that you can help us to send it to PayPal or through Kofi, which is very easy. Eshegoni, because I'm not going to mention your name, but I can see the message here says the Cash App has failed. So if you're sending money through Cash App, please, Emma, send them more. Tebale send it lati about send a scenario. If otherwise, we still have other ways you can send it to us. So I think I have a video from True KOIKIMEDIA. I just need a short one. What she's just saying, anyway, just to bring it to a normal conversation. One
of the most powerful forces reshaping our world is unprecedented mass migration. The wind of change that carried my own parents.
Okay, I think I learn anyway, so need to go. All right, the other one, no, that's okay. Home Secretary, in the 20th century. In the 19th century was when Nigeria was put together. So our own parent left Kenya to be in this country today as well. So let's go back to Ooni of Ife conversation before we start preparing to wind down. So, at our Chinese company need 20,000 hectares of land to generate the green energy using solar, as well that one of the Majeki Palace Oba, will be green. So that means people running Operation Palace Oba. I mean, I don't know how the palace of the king has to be in darkness anyway. So we expect it to be bright up. Then again, Mr. Guwisi said the future of Nigerians' oil and gas lies in lithium, noting that soonest lithium will be the only means to power battery electric cars. So Chinese is preparing the ground. Madi Peace, thank you so much. To achieve freedom and liberty. Silver Badmos. But where are all these others be like this? The future is not going to be in this petrol. It will take a while, but the future is in the battery. The battery. The reason why this is powered on, as you can see right now, it has something called lithium as part of what is made to produce this, which is where the communication from here goes in here. It's not just for this alone. We are talking about the future of electric cars. Do you know that China have been flooding the European market with electric cars? Nobody China need the Intermafima produce electric cars here. This was going on. The EU are now thinking of putting story here. China electric cars, electric vehicles to EU market. So let me give it to you. Take note of these numbers, statistics. So when they're saying that they're giving you 50,000 jobs, no, the Chinese company just need to be in Nigeria to take what it needs and send it back to China so that they can produce more electric cars. Because Chinese companies, same like the one that's gone to Ilefe to employ 50,000 people, they are not going to assemble the vehicles in Nigeria or in Ilefe. They just need the raw material, but they'll probably do some bit and bit. Oh yeah, China has that money. And every Chinese company, let me put it this way, every Chinese company to operate, Chinese company, behind the scene, the government is working for them. I am African say Chinese are moving fast for lithium. It is mainly for electric cars. That's exactly what I've been saying. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. China is currently the largest producer of electricity cars in the world. I'm finding 50,000 jobs, and I'm sure everybody will be celebrating. They'll be excited, especially when they say Yibo Pepe. And me, they shout Yoruba Nation. Where we can, even if China is going to work with us in the future, because we don't want to be a country where we will be stagnant. They must be producing the car in Ilefe. Into a car bus of one, I needed the first electric vehicle to get Ilefe. Provide 50,000 jobs, and everybody they excited. Let me give you the statistics. European Parliament, this was about 2 weeks ago. Chinese companies exported nearly 350,000 of electric vehicles to 9 European countries in the first half of this year. Did you get the numbers? I look one number and to consider the screen. I want to know whether people are with me or they're sleeping. You can see why it takes a lot to continue to talk, so that anytime so when Nigeria might work, we don't argue with you. Can the same Chinese come and put the same business operation memorandum in Ile-Ife to produce just 1,000 electric vehicles out of the ones that we send to see EU countries? We want them to come and build it inside our own town, not take the materials and send it back to China and produce the vehicle and then sell the vehicle to around the world. And they say they are giving us 50,000 jobs. Thank you so much, the KOIKIMEDIA backup team. I Am African says China and the US are the only countries that have lithium refinery in the world. And Ghana is about to have the lithium. Okay, so they have to take it out. So lithium is just the same thing like the crude oil. Mr. Abiodun Monday. Maybe we should have partnered with China to come and build the refinery in Ile-Ife. Don't you think it's the best option, Mr. I Am African? Or what do you think, enter our platform? Rather than moving this refinery, the lithium out of Ile-Ife, I mean, even if it's going to take years, I don't know how long it takes to build this kind of refinery. We're talking about probably something similar to Dangote. Build a síbẹ̀ so that tabati extracted come and send the sinube. Ṣebí nǹkan tẹ́ kọ́ ṣe lájà òkúta nìyẹn. They play ní kẹ́ máa sọ fún mi. Àbí nǹkan tẹ́ máa sọ fún mi kọ́ nìyẹn. Ìyàn kan láàárọ̀ sọ fún mi pé ṣé ìyàwó mi ló lé mi kúrò ní pálọ̀ wá sí kitchen. Can you imagine that? Ẹyọ ọmọ tẹwà lórí social media ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀kẹ́ pààyàn láàárọ̀ ìyẹn kan ní did your wife send you away from the living room? That's why you're in the kitchen. Can you imagine? Bí o ti máa ń rí mi nínú pálọ̀ ó wá pa ó ṣe jẹ́ kitchen bó tún ti ṣe tààrọ̀ ẹ̀. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ń dùn wá lọ́kàn ẹ̀ fi ń ṣeré. Mr. Cape sọ pé we are enjoying our tribalistic way jọ. Ah, okay o. Ọmọ Igbo nìkan lẹ̀ ń lẹ̀dí mọ́ lẹ̀dí à ń lẹ̀dí mọ́ ọmọ Igbo Chinese ń gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ lẹ̀dí àbí ká máa lẹ̀dí mọ́ ọmọ Igbo. We hate them so much. Àwọn náà like àwa náà kò sẹ́ni tó like ara wọn. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá mi gbé mi lékè ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́nìí ẹ wà time off. Ṣẹ́rí pé ta bá ń ṣe program ìyá kọ́ máa wọnú one thing to the other. Problem Nigeria kò ṣe resolve. Ibo la ti fi bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọba ń sọ pé wọ́n fún wa ní 50,000 jobs. Èmi dẹ̀ ti ń fún ní breakdown in ti China gangan need. Oh yes, China máa invest owó yẹn. Wọ́n ní China ní ṣìgìdì owó. Ẹ jẹ́ kí fún yín figure but kí n tó fún yín ní figure owó tí wọ́n fi invest sí Ọ̀ṣun state. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré rap grammar combat mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grammar tẹ̀ wà nínú ilé àti lọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo yín pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nìjẹ́ má bínú sí wa. Chinese company exported nearly 350 nearly 350,000 electric vehicles to 9 European countries. Tẹ́bá tó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn European countries yẹn ẹ ṣe gan ni Mr. SK Akande. Tẹ́bá tó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn European countries yẹn some of them are not even up to Osun state. That is what is paining us. Because when you look at it and say, but I don't know which of the European country, but by the time we break it down, tabalowo àwọn European countries here, you will then realize that they are not even up to Osun state. Ẹ fún mi ní fìlà, ẹ dọ́bùlẹ̀, Mr. Isekunde, wọ́n ní Koiki, ilé tó dé ìmọ̀ àtúbẹ̀ dé mi lé lórí. Ẹ sọ fún ìdọ̀gba aládé nìyẹn, ṣé gan ni sir? Thank you so much for the gift on the TikTok. We are very grateful. You know, we need help. We need you to support us, not just comment. You know, ẹ fún alówó ká lè máa fi báṣẹ lọ. So coffee pot yẹn nìyẹn tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́wọ́ lé ẹ wá ẹ̀yin dẹ́wà láyé Amẹ́ríkà ẹ kọ́ make payment $5 $10 $20 ẹ̀yin dẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ send owó sí náírà náà Mr. Koiki máa fún ẹ ní 2,000 naira. I'm so grateful. So ó dà pé èèyàn kan fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí TikTok Mr. K. Mama, everybody, sorry, because I send a request to Anil. You can reject it if you don't want to talk. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir.
Good afternoon.
A very good afternoon. You're welcome, sir.
There was a time when you organized a protest, I think probably about, I don't know, a couple of years ago when I was there.
And we met. Did you have a conversation?
Yes, well, never mind.
All right, let's leave that. All right. I think I remember because I could see the dreads. I think I remember. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Nigerian situation is unsample energy me, and I would like to go. I have given up because a country that have intelligent people in abundance.
Intelligent people in abundance. So we are not suffering from those intelligent people. That's what you're saying, sir.
We are not suffering from it.
Wow, interesting.
But continue, tell me my pyramid. But the GP, but it's sorry social media.
Is it a cause?
Did we offend the gods?
Well, that's what I was saying yesterday, that maybe the gods would have first a message to Ooni while he was in that seclusion. But it seems that Ooni's message back is that we should please, I mean, this is not me saying that now, I'm not Binusa. It says, and I quote, Ooni begs Nigerians to be patient with Bola Tinubu. Go ahead.
Well, I was even, I'm buying long on back. Because only video call China man 100,000 of miles. Only boom rally. Ọba ti sọ pé ilẹ̀ yìí ni ilẹ̀ tó. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ farmer wọ́n ti gbìn nǹkan sórí ilẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n á gbé machine wá Koiki. Wọ́n dẹ̀ bulldoze gbogbo nǹkan tí farmer yẹn ti ṣe.
Níbo ni kí bàbá yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ń ṣe mechanized farming lásán yìí?
What right
does the Chinese have?
Ní ọba yẹn ní pé bá ẹni tó ṣàgbẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí. Àwọn farmer yẹn bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kò ta ilẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ wo ó dàbí pé àwa dúdú bóyá ọ̀lẹ ló ṣe wá nu àbẹ́ àbẹ̀rù tó bá funfun. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mo wà ń bẹ̀ mo mú àdàmú ṣá Chinese man ní I'm justified. Àbí tó bá gbà àwọn èèyàn wà ń bẹ̀ ó mú China man yẹn wọ́n ṣaládà wọ́n wà justified.
And the problem is that our people, not that our people are. Okay, Mongo, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Because of history,
so, my difficult. Yeah, I understand. My difficult. But these individuals are protected by the same government, sir. Ọba máa dán fẹ́ o ẹ̀ lè rọ́bà pa o ẹ̀ má pọ̀ bá o mo ń ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ni o.
Mistake that ti ṣe gentility that ti ṣe láti àwọn òyìnbó wa kó wa lẹ́rú for wọ́n wà involved pẹ̀lú wa over 500 years. And wọ́n ṣe the same thing ká máa tara wa ká máa nira wa lára. Yes, everyone ra ilẹ̀ ẹ lọ bá ẹni tó ní ilẹ̀ yẹn ó ṣe family ẹ jọ Mr. Funlola Mr. Funmi ẹ jọ ṣe fẹ́ ta ilẹ̀ ṣe lè fẹ́ ta ilẹ̀ yìí à fún yín ní compensation à fún yín lówó ẹ lè talẹ̀ ṣé ọba ṣó fi kọ́ra àti pé kó ló wà lé ilẹ̀ yẹn ilẹ̀ tó tà yẹn kó ló wà lábẹ́ ilẹ̀ yẹn. Chinese man yẹn sìn kó wá sọ pé 2 weeks time kó wá sọ pé òun discover kíní kankan o ẹ ti sign contract now what are you going to do about it? Kò ṣe ọba nìkan la máa lèmi ní wàhálà pẹ̀lú kò ṣe president àti minister lèmi ní wàhálà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa everybody individuals not to enable this system this rotten system to be going on.
So what do we do with the climate of situation? Because sometimes, and let's just leave the self-determination, just talking, naturally now, everyone is talking. What is needed to be done, to stop some of what we are saying? Because it seems that as we are talking about stopping it, more is being added. More is being added, as the Ooni says, is begging Nigerians to be patient. And when our king talk like that, I don't think people are going to listen to me and you, sir. Ooni ti sọ̀rọ̀ now. KOIKI ló tún ṣe. A ṣe sùúrù now. Máa ẹ̀kọ́ lọ, máa ẹ̀ka àwọn onílẹ̀ bẹ̀jà now. Kúkú ti sọ pé àwọn church ò dá. Ọba dẹ̀ ló wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. And this is what Ooni of Ife Ọba Adéyẹyè pleaded with Nigerians to exercise patience with President Bola Tinubu.
Exercising patience.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
But people that have been exercising patience.
Ẹ̀wọ́n ní kẹ́túbọ̀ ṣe exercise yẹn ní sir. Mo kàn ń bá yín ṣàlàyé nǹkan tó sọ.
I've got to the point of no return. I've got to the point of no return. People that KOIKI.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
Àwọn tó ń tẹ́tí sìn. Tẹ́ bá máa gbé ọmọ yín lọ sí school. KOIKI tó bá máa gbé ọmọ yín lọ sí school. Ó wà ní abroad. Wàá kọ́kọ́ check àwọn schools tó dáa.
Ìyẹn kàn ní gbọ́mọ lọ sẹ́ni school anyhow.
Exactly. Then wàá wá sọ fún ẹ pé we will have to send those kids to that school because the school is good. So the same thing.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá kí mo mọ̀ dìde lórí screen ni because ẹ mọ̀ pé tí bá lọ sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo lọ mú pépà jáde I have to be very pé publicly ni everybody máa lọ pick nǹkan tẹ̀. Ẹ̀wọ̀n school tẹ sọ ẹ ló ti jẹ́ kí n kàn rántí pé mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan lórí ẹ̀ látijọ́ ẹ̀ tí mo tọ́jú pamọ́. Wọ́n send letter kan wá sí àdúgbò mi. Householder, I don't have to go into details. Dear parents or carer, schools that admit pupils at the beginning of year, the Department for Education has asked all local authorities to write to parents of year children in our schools with information and university technical colleges and studio schools. As a parent and carer of a year child, we are contacting you to let you know about opportunities for education starting in year which may not be aware of. University Technical College UTC are set up by universities and businesses and specialists in one of the 2 technical subjects. They were established by the government to encourage young people to study technical subjects and sciences and to give them the opportunity to learn the skills that employers are looking for. They offer GCSE alongside technical qualification at key stage 4 and A-level alongside technical qualification at stage 5. Studio schools offer a range of academic and vocational qualification, often taught through project-based learning. Alongside work experience, students work with local employers and follow a curriculum design to give them skills and qualifications they need in work or to take up further education. These schools have a typical admission ages to take people at different age to mainstream. This does not mean that you are required to move your child from their existing school if this is still the best option for them. Information about schools in London and surrounding area which admit pupils into year together with information about admission arrangement can be found at www.utcollege.org. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
You see, our technical college here. I don't know more technical college Yaba.
Yaba Tech. Mo gbé ní quarters wọn kọ́nà bá fọ̀rún kẹ́ dádì wa kan ibẹ̀ lọ ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ big man dídí inú quarters yẹn tóbi ẹ má kàtẹ lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn ó tóbi bí ẹgbẹ́ òsókè.
Those are the things so yẹ pé it's not everybody ló gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí university.
Oh yes.
There is no ẹ̀mí o. University
Okay, mọ́mi wa comfort.
o fẹ́ jẹ́ doctor. O fẹ́ jẹ́ doctor àbí o fẹ́ jẹ́ engineer.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
Okay, that's the university. But the rest you can study in nǹkan tó yẹ kí Nàìjíríà kọ́ káàkiri yẹn bọ́jọ́ wọ́n lè kọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ pàtí.
kọ́ tó stop ẹ̀ ìyẹn technical schools.
Yes, ìdí àgbọ̀kọ́ ló introduce ẹ̀.
Because mo rántí pé gbàtà tí mo wà ní secondary school gan sef mo sì sọ láàárọ̀ ìkọjá bí aláàárọ̀ àbánu art class lèmi lọ A and B ní art class C is meant to be technical and D, E, F is science.
So ṣé àwọn citizens tí wọ́n bá take control like a serious uprising Nigeria ò lè dá.
That is the right thing táwọn èèyàn fẹ́ o ẹ̀gbọ́n mi o uprising yẹn is like pé we don't want that to Koiki ẹ̀gbọ́n mi má yẹ ká máa sọ yẹn o ìyá mi kan sọ pé our elders sold us to slavery for over 500 years ago. Now the same kings are selling our land to Chinese again these days. We are quiet about it. So are we quiet about it? Àwọn highlighted ẹ̀yin ní uprising àwọn kan ní ẹ má ká ṣe uprising ọba ó ti bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún Tinubu pé ká ṣe sùúrù fún mo gbọ́ sà.
This is what majority of Nigerians náà wà ní on TikTok kò tó yẹ kó máa sọ yẹn nǹkan táwọn bá ṣe wọ́n ṣe betray àwọn aráàlú.
Okay.
So the same thing will not happen. We don't have to listen to the Oba. Because the consequences of their action then baba wọn ìyẹn là ń jẹ́ ń sìn.
So and some of us saw that because I went to Liverpool slave museum ìyẹn máa sunkún sínú tó bá tẹ̀ sunkún síta because wọ́n ní jígí wọ́n fáwọn kan ní jígí wọ́n fi kó wa lọ glass nígbà yẹn ó wà very very important. Kódà mo rí gòṣìnàpù kan ní Liverpool slave museum.
Knowing what I know about slavery. Nǹkan táwọn òyìnbó ṣe nǹkan táwọn Arab náà ṣe.
àwọn yẹn tẹ wicked gan ni.
Èmi ò tiẹ̀ lè listen to any ọba nǹkan tó pé ká anybody ní sùúrù. No.
Okay, alright tí gbogbo sùúrù yẹn ọba wa end up because Tinubu is running the government now we can see àwọn ọba náà ṣe tí wọ́n lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ọba ní look Koiki in Dubai alone Chinese company wọ́n invest $10 billion ní $10 billion ní South Sudan ní concept wọ́n invest $4 billion but lọ́dọ̀ tiwa they are now ready to invest double of such investment. Is that not a good investment?
See, it's a good investment.
Okay.
For the Chinese.
Mo rò pé máa ní fáwọn ni ẹ tún dárúkọ Chinese ni ṣe báwa lọ́yẹ̀ ká benefit ẹ̀.
No, ṣe bí China ló invest owó yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
The population of Nigeria na one target.
Okay.
And the resources of Nigeria na one target. So àwọn máa ní how they say it for their goods and services wọ́n ní àwọn èèyàn the population to be selling to.
Okay, so yẹn lọ ṣe ń send the over 350,000 so far of electric vehicles ló ti wá sí European countries lọ́dún yìí kódà àwọn headline tó wà níbí báyìí CNN sọ pé Europe probes China electric car subsidies as imports soar. France Financial Times 13 hours ago China electric vehicles threatening to leave Europe in the dust. Router China rebook EU after a formal launch of the electric vehicle subsidy probe. Commission begins investigation on electric cars. Kí ló mean by that? Fẹ́yìn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní understanding it quickly. Chinese government ló fund the company yẹn lẹ́yìn tó fi máa produce masses wọ́n kàn produce ẹni wọ́n dẹ̀ ń dá wá sí ibà ó dẹ̀ ń disturb market àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń ṣe competition yẹn but interfaith need ẹ̀ gangan tó ní gangan ní lithium yẹn kábíyèsí ní kọ́ máa wọ́rì àwa ní lithium àdèlè refine ẹ̀ ìyàn kan sọ lórí comment section bẹ́ẹ̀ pé Ghana fẹ́ ṣe bọ̀wọ̀ tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ so China nìkan ló lè refine at America so they are moving the resources in large quantity and take it out but Kabiyesi is a good investment. Ẹ̀gbọ́n okay, I think somebody else wants to come in. I'm at parade to 2 o'clock so I can learn nap before the evening program. Ẹ̀gbọ́n okay, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lẹ́ǹkan sí.
Yes, nǹkan tá àwọn understand nǹkan tí China ṣe. Nǹkan táwọn òyìnbó ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n flood a particular market. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa make it cheap for the citizen to be able to afford it.
Okay.
Wọ́n wá kill the market rẹ̀ produce another company tó jẹ́ pé indigenous market company yẹn wọ́n máa pa.
Wọ́n pa business yẹn.
Wọ́n máa pa. Okay, let's say pé Nigerians wọ́n ṣe electric
vehicle
company.
Yes.
The startup company. Wọ́n máa produce 1 or 2 or 3. Government will help more. China wá ti ní pé okay in about a year's time or 2 or 5 years time company yẹn máa tóbi o, so that will be a competition for them.
Okay.
So Koiki, what do you do? I'm not blaming the Chinese. I really commend the Chinese for the way they are thinking ahead.
So one thing, think like 50 years ahead of the game.
Thank you. Àwọn máa wá fraud the Nigerian market pẹ̀lú cheap electric car. So tí Kúnlé Adélékà tó bá produce electric car tó yẹ pé 10 ló produce, over expensive because to produce it is expensive for Kúnlé Adélékà. Àwọn èèyàn wà á rà, Nigerians will rà car yẹn. Do you think that Kúnlé Adélékà will produce?
They'll run out of business.
Thank you.
They'll even run out of business.
Thank you.
Yeah, they'll run out of business. Yeah.
Àwọn Chinese yẹn wọ́n máa commandeer market yẹn. And you know, Koiki, the reason why, before I go, the reason why China was successful is due to one thing. Wọ́n force àwọn ní history wọn bí àwọn Europe, the French, the American, the Japanese, the British, wọ́n ṣe humiliate wọn.
Okay.
Wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wọn forget the history wọn. Nigerians, Africans, we are just slightly because of TikTok.
Hey.
Làwọn wake up and see pé some of us Nigerians go ìkẹjà tó àṣírí sílẹ̀ ní England ló wà kó tí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ yóò dẹ̀ máa mú. In the 80s and 90s, nǹkan táwọn Nigerians máa ń pè àwọn Jamaicans mo fẹ́ sọ lórí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo mọ̀ yẹ.
Àwọn ọmọ ìrèké.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Kódà ó dá wà mo gbọ́ tí mo sì fi wọ̀lú ní 1998. It was a big problem between us and them. Mo mọ̀ yẹ.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn Nigerians mọ history mo wọ̀ rí máa pè wọ́n ní ọmọ ìrèké because àwọn tẹ̀ ń bú yẹn.
Àwọn another generation of who we are ni.
Àwọn ọmọ broda Funṣọ́, àwọn ọmọ àǹtí Kẹ́mi ni wọ́n. So we are supposed to have sympathy for them, but mo ṣiṣẹ́ rí lórí TikTok sí pé about weekend sí mo ti ń rí kí nìyẹn pé àwọn ẹlòmíín some Africans wọ́n rò pé Jamaica is in Africa. Can you believe that nonsense?
Unbelievable.
Mo ṣiṣẹ́ wá realize pé Jamaica is in the West Indies. Àwọn bàbá wa tó kú lẹ́rú tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. And up until now, Koiki, mo lọ sí market kan ní mo lọ sí Brixton market. Mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ a black man, a Jamaican man, mo bóyá Jamaican, a West Indian man, tó ń bú an African man. N pè wọ African this, African that, go back to this.
Kò dẹ̀ ọmọ ìyá kan náà làwọn méjèèjì.
Ṣé ti rí?
Ọmọ ìyá kan náà làwọn méjèèjì. Ọmọ ìyá kan náà ni wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. I think there's a bit of free. I mean, I'm right because I think but I think in 1998, there was a flow between us and those individuals at that corner. Yeah, it was a big problem, and I think it's because Biatoripe again the history was not really taught among us to know that we are still the same people. Okay. Interesting.
Up until now, you will see a slightly African West Indians. But you will see among Australians and British.
Yeah.
They see themselves as the same.
Benny.
Australians, New Zealanders. Because I'm on history.
What we just do is we can't give up, because that's why we must continue to highlight a lot of all these problems, and we hope that one day the kind of what Sowore is asking for, the kind of what Babakito is asking for, the kind of what individuals are asking for, away from the ones that they are currently practicing, because you don't practice the same. 1 hour lafi sọ̀rọ̀ nípa report of the committee, the National Conference of 2014. Even tó bá tẹ̀ pé wọ́n adopt ilé kékeré ẹ̀ díẹ̀ in terms of lẹ́nu actually ní a bit of impact láyé wa, but kí ló ṣe Buhari dé nísìn ó gbé síbẹ̀ kò tẹ̀ touch rárá. Fashola dẹ̀ ní pé ká má sọ pé may Nigeria happen to us. Ẹgbọ́n sókè ẹgbọ́n mi, because àsìkò àti tún lọ another 2 hours lórí pé à ń ṣe program lọ àti lo the first 2.5 hours lórí gbàgbé láti Star Radio, so that mo dẹ̀ fi ń palabọ̀ ní 6 o'clock. Yeah.
You should have a topic.
Okay.
Maybe for a week.
Okay, the history of what the kings have done.
Yes.
Okay.
We won't participate among slave traders.
Because we keep blaming àwọn Ìgbò yẹn, but in reality àwọn ọba wa náà play a role.
Yeah.
Because I'm put the blame here pẹ̀lú àwọn Ìgbò, but in the nutshell àwọn ọba wa bí àwọn coerce wọn ni, I don't know what happened, but they played a role during the slave trade anyway.
Bottle of champagne. So we go see Benny. I'm already yes, we know
Okay.
But you participated in these things.
All right. So by the time you are missing, the loja another big task. Into
that trap, we have to respect the Oba.
All right.
We have to question the Obas.
All right. I'm sure people will have different views on that, but definitely, as things goes now, a lot is happening. Yeah.
Because some of our people are ignorant of history. We are ignorant of history.
Iṣẹ́ pọ̀ tí ó wà nílẹ̀ kọba Elédùmarè kó wà pẹ̀lú wa bá ṣe máa rí ṣe.
By the time I realize the same technique that our European law against us, China had law against us. They would pit one tribe against the other. They would pit one in a particular tribe. There is an argument among one particular one tribe.
Grandma wa concerning ní ìfẹ́ owó náà ni last thing àwọn ọba wa ìfẹ́ owó but owó ìbò lọ́ fi kú lọ. Ìdòwú máa kọ ní is only Elédùmarè that will reward you. Ìyá mi Abọ́sẹ̀dé ní òmìnira láìsí jà ìjẹ̀tàn ẹ̀tàn ni pé we must push it. Yeah. I think what we got to understand is message me emphasize lórí ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé we must push our message peacefully to the university, because we have according understanding it. About the grabs gbogbo tan so that we have not done bad in the first 3 years, but we need to now re-engineer the push, because kò ń ṣe nígbà tí Tinubu wà níbẹ̀ nísìnyí la máa slow down. We must increase the tempo. We must continue to talk to people, and I'm saying it's not just one person. Gbogbo wa bó ṣe bolúkàlùkù ṣe máa make effort tí bó jẹ́ pọ̀ ọmọ kan tẹ ní university náà iná máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ kóun náà báyọ̀ kan sọ̀rọ̀ kò tẹ̀ sí pé dandan pé kọ́ wá gbọ́ program wa ṣé Nigeria ṣiṣẹ́ and all that, and eventually we can start breaking things down, and I think that is going to be one of the way forward. By the time tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá débẹ̀ taba ní a wá ní a oya taba ní b wá ní kò ṣe taba ní a táwọn kan máa ní Tinubu ló sì wà níbẹ̀. Àmọ́ rẹ̀ ti sọ Tinubu will be the last person tó jẹ́ ẹni tó lè compete pẹ̀lú àwọn náà mo ti rí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìn. because ó ti lo Lagos state láti fi prepare n tó ṣe. Money wise he has it. Gbogbo àwọn ọba ó wà ní àyíkẹ́ àfitàbá fi parọ́. Ìbọn òní kábíyèsí ti ń bẹ̀ wá nísìn pé Koiki mo mọ̀ pé o fẹ́ Yorùbá nation o fẹ́ Odùduwà ọmọ Oòduà nìwọ náà èmi náà mọ̀ pé mò ń gbọ́n tó ń sọ bí n tẹ̀ tí rí ẹ bọ̀ mo rántí pé mo rí ẹ ní London àti mo ṣáà rí kábíyèsí mo dẹ̀ dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún wọn bọ̀ kábíyèsí ní Koiki ọba is pleading with you and the rest of the Yoruba people and Nigerians to exercise patience with President Bola Tinubu administration given the current economic situation. So ẹ̀gbọ́n mi on your last topic mo fẹ́ yọ into that màálè focus láti parí ètò yìí kó tó di pé èmi náà màá lọ ṣe nap mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much and ẹ má jìnnà sí wa ẹjọ́ gbogbo yín ẹ má jìnnà sí wa mo mọ̀ kí gbogbo yín lẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa ní abẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ má email mi lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan kínú mi máa dùn pé mo sì láwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n tí àjọ máa ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ náà ni ẹ ṣé gan ni ọba Elédùmarè kò ní fi í sílẹ̀ and you can tell mo sọ fún yín pé ní ìjọ Monday dáàdi wa kan 80 years old or 80 plus wọ́n ti dé wọ́n ṣàfihàn pé ká ṣàtẹ̀rẹ̀ you know. And we are happy when we meet people like that. Kò náà la máa lè ní àǹfààní àti rí so ẹ̀yin náà máa encourage wa encouragement yẹn náà ló ń jẹ́ káwa náà wà níbí báyìí. This is gonna be the third program we are running today. 8 o'clock láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ wo time 8 o'clock ni mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ the first program. We literally had just 1 hour break láti 10 títí di 11 gbà tó tó di 11 àti to go on àti ṣe 3 hours fáwọn tó wà lórí backup channel ẹ̀yin tẹ̀sẹ̀ join lórí Koiki Media ó ti di 2 hours bó tún padà bọ̀ nírọ̀lẹ́ ìyẹn tí bá tún ṣe tán Star Radio máa ṣe tẹ̀ ní 2 hours. So we are just trying to make sure that the message continue. We hope that our people will understand. So just to wrap that ọ̀rọ̀ ọba tá à ń bá lọ yẹn àti sọ pé wọ́n ní ọba ní nígbà tó bá ti invest in China sí Dubai wọ́n ti invest in South Sudan kí ló dé tó lè invest ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa náà. Governor Ademola Adeleke lauded the Ife King for the initiative and the management of the Chinese company for agreeing to invest in Osun State. We love investment, but we hope kò ń ṣe tọ́tù máa fi kó wa lómi ọ̀bẹ jẹ. Mr. Adeleke restated his commitment to promote culture, tourism, entertainment in the state to improve the well-being of the residents. Thank you so much, Mr. Fag. Mokiyawa Grace Olushoto. Sanga Zilong, the Chinese firm CEO, congratulated Ooni on the celebration of Olojo 2023. Mr. Selinio also commended him for partnering the company, pledging that it will adhere to the agreement terms. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó rí agreement yẹn báyìí o. Èmi ò rí o. Gbogbo nǹkan kan gbọ́ ni pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá invest. So àmọ́ details tó wà nínú MOU ìyẹn wọ̀ fún wa fún public o. Wọ́n máa kó máa wá di 20 years nísìn. Tàbá ní Chinese ó yẹ wá máa lọ. Wọ́n ní no àṣìná another 80 years. Àtúwọ̀ náà another amalgamation kọ́lọ́ ọba Elédùmarè kó ṣàánú wa o. Àníri jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí ètò for now. Ìfẹ́ Olúwa sọ pé let's be sincere with each other. There is a sign that Tinubu will favour or dance to our tune. Okay, I mean I want to be very happy with what you said because it's a good thing if Tinubu looks into the issue. All he says, if they no agree, we won't be here, and in turn they took power from them. So thank you so much to everyone. I know we always want somebody to be live, but sometimes there's other program that is not live. Mo mọ̀ kí bàbá Èkìtì wà live nìsín, so èmi náà lọ máa gbọ́ wọn díẹ̀. So ẹ yẹ kí èmi náà take a short break kí n lọ relax kí n tún lọ prepare fún the next program nírọ̀lẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní lunch break ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe ń lọ sí school ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe PhD ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà may Nigeria not happen to you. Ọlákúnlé thank you so much mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Gani Olóyèdé Azeez mo kí Azeez Houston Easy Dollar mo kí ẹ dáadáa mo kí Yami Comfort àti post gbogbo ibi tí ẹ fi lè fi support wa Sonky thank you so much. Quite a lot of you were online with me and I'm sure àwọn kan ní break àwọn kan drive àwọn kan ṣe Uber, you know, everybody is doing everything to sustain and I hope that gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma tí ẹ ti retire àti keep me busy may Elédùmarè continue to be with you. Ó ṣe gan ni Easy Dollar òun everyday ni kò sí tó kàn at least ní àbáṣà ń lọ síbi iṣẹ́ náà kò ṣàgbọ́dọ̀ máa ra coffee $5 ni. What does that mean? It's just a kind of a contribution. We don't have any monetization on our YouTube. We rely on the public to support the platform to keep us going. Thank you so much. Jẹ́ dodo yẹn lánàá no mo tẹ̀ fi jẹ́ lánàá náà but ẹ mọ̀ iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe My producer called me and I have to leave everything and go and meet him. The day before. And he's been in Ghana for some time, so we have to catch up with a lot of few things before and all that. But Mutija to do anything. Mutiwa okay there. Okorafele top help me. At least my little soon there anything. And then I will be back. Mr. Ladele Lamile Conse, Mr. Koiki, Lion of Yoruba Land, in last month's time in Bernie. And I will remain like that. Early frustrated me. Go possible. This is what I love. I know my sign as a so this is what I love to do. I am on the same path with Dele Momodu. Same energy, but Dele Momodu with the chop money now with the politician. Big man, Egbon mi dada. Egbon mi ni Dele Momodu. Eba pe won ni sani. Oni wala. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àbúrò. You know. Yoruba people are very lovely people, but it's just that around here, KOIKIMEDIA ti ṣe wàhálà. Èmi náà sá kúrò Nàìjíríà ni kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó báyìí. So what do you want me to do? So we just hope that more people will listen. Thank you so much. From Lagos State Dash Mayor to Ijebu-Ode, Gbogbo-Leyin, Moki, Lekiti, Ondo, Akure, and the rest of you that are in different African countries. Thank you so much for always staying with us. Dash Mayor, like me, my breakfast is finishing now. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. I know a lot of you. Thank you so much. Ìyá mi mo ti rí coffee button as usual. We appreciate every one of you. Kò ní tán níbẹ̀ ọ̀bẹ ṣe ń support àwa náà, and we will not disappoint you. Be rest assured of that. Èmi ò ní kankan tá a gbé ṣe. Mo ti sọ ní 3 years ago, full-time job lèmi gbé dání. The other media might not be able to do that full-time. Ó convenient fẹ́ mi pa. So thank you so much. Easy dollar. Mo fẹ́ dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ tán kù díẹ̀. Waris Jinadu, mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa pátápátá. Ẹ ká play anthem wa. Play láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ràn mi létí. A tún ti fi lọ nísìn. Ẹ ká kọ̀ play ká fi ra gbogbo ẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Kẹ́yìn náà tó lọ ṣe kíni kẹ́ lọ relax. Tó bá dago 6 lágbára Ọlọ́run, you know, I'll be back again for the next program. Thank you so much. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin elite wa, ẹ̀yin doctors. Ẹ má jókòó sẹ́yìn kẹ́ni kò kàn yín. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ gbogbo wa ló kàn gbogbo wa ni o. So
scissors ready.
Pass me the white berry.
Barberry ready. If you know.
Iṣẹ́ wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Áfíríkà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Àwọn ọmọ Odùduwà lọ sí ipò ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ What God cannot do does not exist. Ó máa wáyé. Ìgbà yẹn lolúkálùkù ń béèrè pé nígbà wo ó máa wáyé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fọkàn balẹ̀. It will happen in our lifetime. Have a very great afternoon. Thank you so much, all our mothers, our sisters, our aunties. Ọlọ́run wá pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn. May Nigeria never happen to us. Ó dàgó mẹ́fà. At least we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hours window to go and relax and do some other things. Bye for now. Anything know Latin Nigeria, we love you, we appreciate you. It's not easy with all the data you have to buy. Thank you so much, Mixella. KOIKIMEDIA, bringing the world closer to your doorstep.